Namaste. This is Vaidya Samarth P. Rao. I'm practicing Ayurvedic physician at Amrita Ayurvedic Center in Baswangudi. This episode, I am going to tell you all the different food items that you should avoid when you have a condition called Gulma, enlargement of the abdomen. Now, the abdominal area can be enlarged for a number of reasons. It could be a tumor, it could be a cyst, it could be bloating, it could be a collection of fluid, it could be in different parts or different organs in your abdomen. So, there are numerous reasons for this to happen. In Ayurveda, we categorize Gulma as Vataja, Pittaja, Kafaja, Raktaja, Sannipataja. Based on the different doshas, when they get collected in the abdominal area, there is an enlargement of the abdomen. And this can be categorized as Gulma. It could be non-cancerous, cancerous, it could be just ascites like a fluid collections, Jalodhara. So, all around the variety of Gulma. Now, in Gulma, abdomen is the main important area of the body where food is consumed, it's processed, there's digestion happening. So, when there is an enlargement here, there's of course something not happening properly. In your family, you would have seen elderly people who have a chronic and a strong disease, and as it progresses and complexities increase, you will see their abdomen become big. So, this all can be categorized as Gulma. The first important thing in Gulma is do not consume incompatible foods. Incompatible foods are foods that are opposite in nature. In every episode, I've been talking about incompatible foods. They are foods that are of opposite in nature, and they are foods that when consumed together are a root cause important for a number of diseases. Now, when we look at this, there is a general rule that incompatible food should not be consumed. For non-vegetarians, Ayurveda says all kinds of dry meats should not be consumed if there is Gulma, enlargement of the abdomen. So, consuming dry meats also is not recommended, whether it's aquatic or it is an animal or a poultry product. It should not be consumed if it is dry. Radish is also not recommended when there is an enlargement of the abdomen. Radish is a root vegetable, and consuming this can aggravate this enlargement of the abdomen, so it should not be consumed. All kinds of aquatic products should not be consumed, like fish and things that swim around in the water, that crawl around in the water, should not be consumed as per Ayurveda. All kinds of sweet fruits should not be consumed. When we tell about sweet fruits, you should understand that sweet fruits have fructose in it, which gets predominantly processed in the liver. Okay, so when it gets predominantly processed in the liver, it goes through a digestion mechanism which causes, of course, energy to be released and also can trigger a little bit of inflammation. So that is the reason in the abdominal area, not giving the liver a lot of work in processing. When you are completely sick, it is important that you do not consume these sweet fruits. The next item on the list is dried leafy vegetables. All kinds of dry leafy vegetables have to be avoided. Dry leafy vegetables, when consumed, will increase that wind element in the tummy, and that's why cause bloating. So this also causes enlargement of abdomen, and it has to be avoided. The next important ingredient to be avoided is all the foods that cause constipation, that are very heavy to digest. We know all the foods that are heavy to digest: curds, urad dal items, millets, and the heavy foods, that are oily foods like puri, baturas, and this parota, naans, they're very heavy to digest and they have to be consumed very cautiously. So this should be avoided. All kinds of obstruction to the urinary system has to be avoided, and motion also. When you feel like pooping, you got to go and poop. Excess intake of water should be avoided, and finally potato should be avoided. By that, enlargement of abdomen, it's a contributing factor, so potatoes has to be stopped or not consumed. Next episode, I'm going to talk to you about all the different foods that you can consume if you have an enlargement of abdomen or gulma. Till then, thank you.